You all have already caused a major effect in Washington. You all generated more than 10,000 mail messages to members of Congress yesterday on this matter. And I don't know how many hundreds and hundreds of phone calls, but I will say this. They'd already heard from 20 members' offices saying restore the cuts to the charter schools program. So good on you.
I'm really pleased to introduce to you Arne Duncan.
First of all, it has been a remarkable year for charter schools. We've seen a number of states remove barriers to innovation. And I've just been amazed by the quality, the commitment, the difference that charters are making in students' lives. There should be an absolute source of pride to the charter community. That when I go to different states and try and tell me what's the highest performing, high poverty, high minority school in your state, in your district, in your city, it's amazing to me how many times those top performing schools are charters. I don't think there's a coincidence there, and you should be extraordinarily proud of the difference you're making. Having said that, I want to challenge this group, and there are a couple things that I think we have to do much better, frankly, as a movement. We know where the complaints come from. We know what the issues are. One is a complaint around a lack of serving diverse populations, the creaming issues we're aware of. We hear concerns about not enough English language learners being served. You guys need to collectively think through who are the players who are doing a fantastic job, who are going to step into the void and systemically across the country each year start to address that issue. And I think if you could come up together with a game plan to start to hit those three populations, ELLs, students with special needs, students who have been kicked out or expelled from traditional schools, and said you're committed to serving those and serving more of them each year and creating schools where that's their mission, that's their focus, I think that would absolutely move this conversation to a different level. And this community has been about action. It's been about social justice. It's been about bringing dramatic change for children in communities that haven't had that. And again, we can't do enough to celebrate and replicate and learn from success, but this movement has to do a much better job of policing itself. And the more this community can take pride of authorship, pride of ownership, and step up and say, we're not going to tolerate failure, what that would do for you guys politically would be absolutely extraordinary.
At the heart of education and learning for the children are the teachers. We have to understand that if you can't hire great teachers and get rid of ineffective teachers, you're not going to have a great school system.
These are all public schools, whether they're district-run schools or charter schools, and I think that the wall that has been built up, frankly, by many districts is unnecessary and harmful and counterproductive.
I think the schools that are performing best need to have the opportunity to provide excellent education opportunities for our students. At the same time, it's not about charter versus non-charter. A novel idea is for districts to give more flexibility to non-charter district schools, turn the budgets over to the schools to let local schools make decisions.
We thank you, Nelson, for your commitment, your leadership, and your many, many contributions to the charter school sector.
That was a complete surprise. We didn't create the charter movement, not by a long shot. And I think it's important to know that the mission of the Alliance was to create a voice. And if we've helped develop a voice, if we've helped you just get together and talk to each other and start to share your experiences and your strategies and your knowledge across all of our boundaries, then I think the Alliance has been a success, and I know that it's going to continue to do that in the years ahead. He's a natural leader. He's an honest broker. He's somebody who people trust. And for his leadership on charter issues in Colorado, he was among the first people that were named by the National Alliance for Public Charter Schools as a champion for charters. The new president and chief executive officer of the National Alliance for Public Charter Schools, Peter Groff.
I am excited and honored to be the new president and CEO. This is an exciting time for charter schools. Charters are part of the public education reform debate like never before, And really, the landscape for charters could not be better. For every single student in America, I take this job because there is still more work to be done.
We had a wonderful conference this year, did we not? So I'm here for a special purpose. That's to invite every one of you to come to Georgia next year. Please come on down. I promise you we'll treat you right.